All right, so the A's lost their 10th straight game today, pushing their losing streak, of course, to double digits with a loss to the Cleveland Guardians, their second in a row in this series. It was a close game, but the A's just did what they do most. It's choking. The A's had a 2-0 lead the entire game. They scored 2 runs in the first 2 innings. Cleveland walks it off after scoring 3 in the ninth inning. And yeah, the A's choked. I mean, I'm not going to be too surprised by that considering what happened last game. Similar circumstance. The A's pitching was just not very good. And it's unfortunate because Paul Blackburn in this game was pretty good. He went 8 innings, 3 strikeouts, 4 hits only, and he really just helped the A's get through majority of this game without any damage done. But then of course we go to Danny Jimenez pitching. He allows 3 runs and eventually the game. So yeah, the A's lost 3-2 to the Guardians. In this one as well, the A's just kind of showed that they just can't hold on, and really also their offense doesn't really branch out past the first couple of innings. That's sort of a similar theme. And so the A's right now currently have the worst win percentage in baseball, basically showing they're the worst team in baseball right now on this 10-game losing streak. And I think before this losing streak, I think most people were saying, "Oh, okay, the A's, they're not the worst team in baseball, but they're dang near close, right? They're probably top 10 worst teams." But now I think this has sort of solidified them as the worst team in baseball, and it's weird saying that considering the A's success in the past couple of years. Maybe aside from last year, but they still weren't very bad. So it's just kind of depressing. But yeah, let's kind of get into what happened and how this meltdown happened in this game. So, Seth Brown eventually sort of redeemed himself. He got a solo home run in the top of the first inning, and I say redeemed himself because he started out the season very hot, and then he sort of died down a little bit. But he did get a solo homer, making it 1-0. Then Sean Murphy got a solo homer as well in the top of the second. So the A's had back-to-back innings with solo shots. Murphy got one as well, so that made it 2-0. But that was all really the A's wrote for in terms of offense in this game. Unfortunately, as I sort of alluded to earlier, the Guardians had pretty good pitching from then on out. The strikeouts were aplenty, and they had a lot of good defense as well. Anyways, Cleveland eventually scored in the ninth inning with a Jose Ramirez home run. Obviously, he's making himself having an all-star season. That was, getting them on the board. Then they got a sac fly. They had bases loaded with nobody out. So they got a sac fly, and that eventually tied up the game. Pache made the catch, but, that, was impactful for them. So that tied up the game. And then Luke Miley got a sac fly as well, and that pretty much won them the game. Cleveland, they took advantage of the bases loaded there. I'm not surprised the A's choked. Obviously, they tend to do that a lot. Look at last game, like I said. Cleveland, they took advantage of late game miscues and mispitching. And I say that, as, sort of referring to Lou Trevino last game, but Danny Jimenez sort of got himself into a little bit of a jam in there at the end, and it sort of just cost the A's when it was all said and done. The A's are 17 games back of first place. Not that we really have our eyes on first place, but the 10-game losing streak has plummeted us down to the bottom of the standings, and the A's are a whopping 20 games under 500, the worst we've been all season. And it's really frustrating, but I can't really say I'm surprised. Now the A's are going to play the Guardians 2 more times in this series. We haven't beaten Cleveland all year. They just have the formula to beat us, and so hopefully we can snap this losing streak because it's getting more embarrassing by the day. It's hard because we haven't won a game since way back in the Rangers series, which was way back on Sunday, May 29th. So anyways, guys, let me know your thoughts. The Guardians beat the A's 3-2. Let me know your thoughts. I'll see you guys later. And yeah, go A's.